Why, hello there everyone, I'm the Kumo Sensei, and today's live stream is a relatively short one. There's been a lot of things that has been happening in my personal life, and I don't want to get too in-depth, but essentially, to put it simply, it's going to be a busy week. Or the next couple of weeks is going to be very busy, and I don't exactly know what's going to happen, because I got to go help my dad, or my father, to go pay bills. So that's that's kind of one big problem. So I can't stay on long today, guys. So I'm kind of in a hurry in a way, but not really. So I'm going to use this free time I have today, or for now, to actually chill with you guys and catch up on some things, I guess. It's honestly been it's been a very hectic week, if I'm being completely honest. A very busy one, and one that I cannot actually catch a break on. But then again, though, guys, I can never catch a break. So this is nothing new to us, guys. And man, it's kind of hard to put it, but my personal life is my personal life. I can't tell you guys everything, because then it's just gonna sound stressful. But if I push on, you guys do too. And I hope everybody's doing well, because for me, honestly, it's been kind of rough, like financially and physically and mentally, because everything has been going a little bit downhill. But if you keep pushing on, then maybe and hopefully things work out in the end. But yeah, guys, it's been a long one. Hello there, Marco. I hope everything's going well for you as well. And as stated, guys, I have been up and down and kind of all around the place. But I think things will get better, because oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot on my plate. But yeah, I gotta go help my father go pay off some bills later today, so I gotta get going later. So for now, guys, let us chill for whatever time we have today. I don't know exactly what I'll do. I did say I'll have some snacks, but then again, though, guys, I'm not the best when it comes to eating snacks, because I eat with chopsticks. You see what I mean, guys. Love my chopsticks. I do use my chopsticks, but I shouldn't really be eating junk food as a first meal. So this is not, I don't recommend this, guys. This is not how I diet, but it is my cheat meal day, so I can have pretty much whatever I want. I'm eating cookies, by the way, guys, but I hope everything's going well. And I really do need this snack. I'm kind of hungry, but my stomach is going to be hurting later. Did you watch or read something? I'm going to go into depth about that in a little bit. Hold up, let me finish this cookie first. So in terms of the things I have watched, so Monday, I finally caught up to One Piece's manga. And then Tuesday, I finally watched Vinland Saga Season 2, catching up on the last few episodes I've missed. And then Wednesday, I read one chapter of I Became the Melly's Adoptive Daughter. And then yesterday, I believe, I was editing, and I did read 2 more chapters of I Became the Melly's Adoptive Daughter. And I also caught up to Oshinoko. Well, no, I already caught up, I think. But I think I rewatched that episode. I don't remember exactly. And that was yesterday too. So honestly, I didn't really do much. I did read one page of Pale Moon Reverie, the light novel, because I said I'll read it, but like reading one page is not enough. I need to read more, so that way it sticks on better. But that's pretty much all I've done in terms of watching anime and whatnot. For anime news, I'm pretty much caught up at this point. I'm always caught up with anime news about what's happening in the anime industry. The thing is just watching and reading anime as a whole, or reading manga and light novels. That's where I'm falling behind at. But everything else, I'm pretty certain I'm caught up on though, so I'm not too far behind. Still, you read. So what do you think? So, okay, there is one big issue I have with I Became the Melly's Adoptive Daughter. And it's not necessarily a story issue. It's just it's translations, I guess, because the people who are translating, I don't know, I forgot who's translating, but they keep switching up how the names are spelled, which throws me off track because, look, I actually, hold up. Let me, it's on my notes actually. Let me pull up my anime notes for a second. Because it's, okay, where? Tabanus, that's what it is. Okay, let me pull it up real quick. Oh, hold up. Sorry, I know you guys can't see this, but I can't zoom in either. Oh, I don't have zoom on this. But essentially, though, I put a I have some question marks. So, Tabanuis was how it was originally spelled. But then later on, they changed it to Tabanus, or Tabanus. So I don't know exactly, like this translation, man, it's like, it keeps getting to me. So what I've been doing recently is that I've been talking to some online buddies about how to translate some of this stuff because I don't read Korean. But my friends, they're from Canada, but they're Korean. So I've been asking them how to read this or how to pronounce it because the pronunciation is all over the place. So I'm currently on chapter 41. The story is interesting because now we know the three families that's in charge of smuggling the animals and whatnot. So we have the Tabanus, the Melioka, and then the Gliss. So these are the three households or the three families that are essentially smuggling the beast. Smuggling beasts illegally, supposedly. So essentially they're going to deal with them, and they're trying to get the North involved for some reason, which is a bad idea because, you know, that's basically Velioti territory, so that's kind of funny. They're picking a fight, essentially. That's what I'm predicting. But the problem I have currently is that the translation has been getting, I don't want to say it's getting worse, but it's becoming very hard to read. It's driving me nuts, man. So, like, it makes me, look, I don't have a problem with bad translations because I read a bunch of web novels because web novels has really bad translations. But it's a problem for me because, like, I don't want to mispronounce or misunderstand, like, Korean texts or Korean terms. Even though it's translated in English, I don't want to read something that isn't properly translated. So it's been kind of rough if I'm being essentially honest here. It's not horrible by any means, but my god, do I wish it was translated better. But it is pretty interesting though. So Leonia is finally getting trained by Filio. So that's actually a huge plus because she's going to learn how to use the fangs of the Velioti and whatnot. So essentially, the fangs, the fangs of the beast, or the beast's fangs of the Velioti family, essentially allows to use both aura and magic at the same time. Essentially, from my understanding as of now, for how the world building works, essentially, and I find that to be like interesting, I guess. But at the same time, it makes me question, like, wouldn't that just essentially make you burn out quicker then? Because you're using both your aura and your magic at the same time. I could be interpreting that wrong, but that's essentially my interpretation of how it works for the beast's fangs of the Velioti family. I thought it was like a huge power boost or something. I didn't essentially think it would be like a double-edged sword. So it draws into question, like, okay, so maybe they're not as strong as I think, or is it like also an extra power boost as well when using the beast's fangs and whatnot? It's honestly, I don't know if it's poorly written or if it's just not properly explained yet. I'm kind of on the fence about that, so I'm questioning some things, Marco. Now, man, I got so much from 3 chapters. I got to take it all in because it's a lot of exposition in 3 chapters. I'll tell you what. Like, they gave so much out within chapters 39, 40, and 41. Like, I just don't know exactly, like, what's important and what's not. Because every single piece of dialogue that we've been given these past 3 chapters has been a lot to take in. Because like I can read manga, and manga has panels, but their panels is more action or movement focused compared to manhwas. Manhwas is a mix of it's a mix of both, but it focuses more on how should I put it? Manhwa tends to focus more on dialogue, I guess, in a way. And then when there's action sequences, there's like no dialogue. So it's like a mix of on and off, I guess. Mm. Sorry guys, I'm having a snack here. This is essentially my first meal of the day too. Well, you shouldn't really be eating like this, but I do. But yeah, I'm currently on chapter 42. And that's pretty much what I think so far. Nothing too crazy. I mean, okay, we're still pretty much in the beginning only, because this is a lot of exposition dump. It's not necessarily bad. It just makes it like a lot to take in for me. So it's one step at a time. And yes, I eat chips using chopsticks. This is normal, by the way. I don't know why people think this is awkward. If you live in Japan, Korea, or China, eating snacks with chopsticks is pretty much normal. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts though. Cause that part was super S transformations. Cause that part was super transformations. I mean Leo. Nope, I don't think I got there yet because supper. I don't remember a supper scene, quote unquote. But pretty much where I'm at currently, Marco. The Saris, I think, was it? The Saris family has gotten an invitation, or no, a letter. The little girl for the Saris family, or I forget what's her name. But essentially, though, she got in a letter from Leonia, I guess. So I guess they're friends now, the little girl and Leonia. And that's pretty much where it ends off for chapter 41. So I don't think I got into the supper scene yet. But man, it's a lot to take in, I'll tell you what. Because manhwas are very straightforward, but this manhwa has it started off straightforward, but then it got in it's gotten complicated very quickly. Which is honestly a lot for my head to wrap around. That's why I'm taking notes. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just something like I gotta think about if I'm reading stuff. Because when I read stuff, I take that in completely. I don't just read stuff for granted and be like, okay, I'm done. That's it. Like I actually, like it only takes like 2 minutes for me to read a chapter. But when I do read a chapter or when I do read something, I read that thing till I max out all of the information. Because I don't like missing out information, or I don't like looking at stuff or reading stuff that later on I forget about, because then I'll be hurting my own pride, because I will not allow that whatsoever. Information is key when it comes to anime. I cannot grab that, huh? God dang it, this piece of chip here. Oh wow. Okay, I cannot grab this. I can grab 1 grain of rice with chopsticks easily, but I can't grab a piece of chip because it's all crumbly. But essentially though, guys, I'm pretty much I'm not caught up, but I'm mostly caught up with most things, I guess. Because every day is pretty much a catch-up day on something at this point. Not on anime news, but like reading stuff and watching stuff. So for those who are wondering, I think I'll be fine. I have to say, Vinland Saga has been amazing, which was the one thing I did not expect. I know that a lot of people make fun of the farming arc and whatnots for Vinland Saga, but it has been an amazing breeze. It is a philosophical season, I'll tell you what, for Vinland Saga. And if you haven't watched it, yeah, I recommend it because it is solid. I liked it. It doesn't have as much action as the first season, but it is a much better overall season than the first season, in my personal opinion. But hey, take that what you will, though. Summer anime I'm hyped for. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 for certain is one of them. And Dark Gathering is another. And I know they're rebroadcasting. Hold up. Let me pull it up real quick because I totally forgot about... Give me a second, guys. I'm going to pull this up for a second. I'm going to show you the season of anime and whatnot. Because I don't have a lot. Well, I do have a lot, but I only have a few on prioritizing in terms of what I'm going to watch. Okay, so here we go. Alright guys, we got this pulled up. So Mushoku Tensei Season 2, I'm going to watch this. And the Jujutsu Kaisen, obviously. Horimiya Piece, I'm watching this. But I'm going to explain how I'm going to watch this anime later, though. Bleach, we're going to watch this, obviously. Bungo Stray Dogs, I need to finish the last season, and then we'll talk. This I will watch because it is by Gohans. Gohans is probably one of my favorite anime studios. Underrated studio, by the way. People give them a lot of flack for no reason. My Happy Marriage, this one I'm going to binge watch. And, Alright. I need to give you my personal opinions on all of these animes I'm going to watch. And how I'm going to watch them. So Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I'm going to watch that as it airs. Because obviously everybody's going to talk about that. Because that's going to be a hype. Mushoku Tensei is the same way as well. I'm going to watch it as it airs weekly. Because obviously it's Mushoku Tensei. Masamune-kun no Revenge Art. So this anime here, Masamune-kun's Revenge, came out in 2017 for the first season. I watched it when it aired too. I thought it was okay, but I'm gonna pass on this probably. Maybe I'll binge watch it, who knows. Once all the episodes airs. Bleach, I'm gonna watch this. Yep, for certain. I love Bleach. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of pressure on Bleach to not screw this up. Because Studio Pierrot, man. Studio Pierrot has been known for changing animes. They ruin a lot of good animes. No offense, they ruined Tokyo Ghoul, for example. Like, they could have done so much better with Tokyo Ghoul's anime, and yet they screwed it up. So, I still can't forgive them for that. Horimiya Piece. I'm going to watch this while rewatching the original Horimiya. So that way the events can line up better. Because my goodness, Horimiya Piece is gonna be so confusing for a lot of people who watch it. So I'm gonna do both the original Horimiya from the that came out 2021 or 2020, and then watching this at the same time. So that way the events can line up together. So that way when they cover the stuff that was skipped, it makes more sense. Kuma Kuma Bear Season 3 is an option, but they let you complete the series and then post. Honestly, it's up to Kadokawa, because, like, when they announced Kuma Kuma Bear Season 2, I did not saw that coming. Because, like, okay, one thing that I do know for certain is that the light novels is somewhat popular because it has over, like, 16 volumes, but the last time I talked about it, which was honestly surprising. That caught me off guard, so it tells me that Kuma Kuma Bear has some traction going into it. The problem is that Kadokawa don't really invest in a lot of things. So, if Season 3 does happen, I wouldn't be surprised. But if there's no more other seasons after Season 2, then I wouldn't be surprised either. So, like, either way or like, it is what it is. That's basically what I'm saying. Because Kadokawa is brutal, man. They keep canceling like every series almost nowadays. It's what it seems like. Like, people don't want to talk about Kadokawa, but I will. I love Kadokawa, but at the same time, like, they don't treat everybody fairly. So Kumo and Bear, we had to wait, honestly. But hey, I'll take whatever we get. Everybody keeps telling me to watch Rent a Girlfriend. I stopped at season 1, man. Bijoy Chandra Roy. Hello there, Bijoy. What did I miss? You honestly didn't miss much of anything. We're pretty much just started the stream. But essentially, though, Bijoy, I'm not going to be on long today because I got to go help my dad pay some bills. So I got to leave pretty soon. But as of now, we're just here chilling for a little bit, talking about what we're watching and my personal opinions, and how I'm going to watch some of these summer animes that's coming up this upcoming season. But yeah, and my personal life has been struggling, but I'm not going to show you because that's for me to deal with. But if I push on, you guys do too. Bungo Stray Dogs, I'm going to watch this obviously. Love Bungo Stray Dogs. This show right here, Zombie 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Everybody's talking about this, so there's a lot of hype surrounding this show already. So in a way, it's kind of like a zombie apocalypse, but now the main character is kind of a goofball. It's my dad's birthday today. Hey, happy birthday to your father. I wish him the best. Tell him that I give him my best regards. Because any birthday is a good birthday, honestly. Celebrate it the best you can. Oh, there goes my cookie, guys. That cookie literally just fell apart. Look at that. God dang it. Are you John? We just celebrated it. That's great to hear. Alright guys, sorry, I keep snacking here because I'm kind of hungry, I'm not gonna lie. This is essentially my first meal, which is not healthy, by the way. Thanks, I'll let her know. That's cool. But anyhow, though, let's continue, though. I'm gonna watch this, but I'm gonna go in open-minded because I don't know anything about this series. The only thing I know was that the manga was actually relatively popular, but other than that, guys, I'm not too familiar with the series. The next one here, The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, I'm gonna watch this either way. Gohan's has some amazing animation. The problem about this anime studio, though, was that it's gotten a bad rap because of its quote-unquote backgrounds of using CGI. So, it's not... I need to go history 101 with you guys with Gohan's. So Gohan's has been around for a little bit, but they're mainly known for one of the most popular original anime series, K, or Kings. And the K project originally was like testing the waters for Gohan's. And I actually liked it because I thought it was way ahead of its time for this animation style. But what really ruined it was that they made another anime original project called Handshakers. And Handshakers actually did not perform well at all because, first of all, the premise was very unclear. The story was unclear. The characters are kind of hit or miss. And the action sequences uses a bit too much CGI, especially on the backgrounds. And what really hurt the show and hurt Gohan's, the anime studio that's making The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, this anime here, was that the thing was that, look, when they legit did not even finish Handshakers, like they literally didn't. To be able to watch all of the episodes, you had to buy the Blu-ray, and that put so many people on salty mode. So people were kind of pissed. And then they decided to actually forget about Gohan's, and then, Gohan's decided to forget about Handshakers, and they made an anime that never came out. And what essentially happened was that they wanted to pretty much remake an anime from the 90s, I believe. It was like a 90s manga or anime, but it got canceled because of, I think it was legal holdership, so like copyright issues within the series that they was adapting and remaking. So that series got axed completely, and it's sad too because Gohan's actually they was already animating that anime when it got canceled. And I actually had high hopes because, man, I love Gohans. But now they're working on this. So it's good to see them picking themselves back up, though. So they're adapting from a manga, which is interesting because Gohans is actually known for creating a lot of anime originals. Not necessarily adapting from a manga or anything like that. But yeah, that's just a bit of history 101, guys, for those who don't know anything about Gohans. Watashi no shiawase na kekkon, my happy marriage. There's actually a live-action adaptation that I talked about here on the channel, and this is by Kinema Citrus. Kinema Citrus has amazing animation, and they're relatively new. They've been around since, I think, 2019, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain it's 2019. What I find interesting about Kinema Citrus is that they have very beautiful line art, and when they do that, it makes the color schemes pop out even more, which gives like an emphasis of like this high quality like production. It is amazing. I love Kinema Citrus. They have really great animation quality. The problem I have with Kinema Citrus is that they haven't made anything that is like, holy smoly, it is god tier. Because Kinema Citrus they're not necessarily known for adapting like shonen type anime. They're mostly focused on drama, melodramas, romance, and things of that nature, essentially, when it comes to stuff they want to adapt. So to see Kinema Citrus adapt My Happy Marriage, I'm pretty much into it because it's romance, guys. I'm a huge sucker for romance. So I don't know exactly how I'll approach this. Maybe I'll binge watch this series, but as of now, I gotta watch it somehow. Like, I don't know exactly if I watch it episode through episode or if I binge watch the whole thing. Because Kinema Citrus, if there's one thing about this anime studio, when they adapt anime, I find that it's very enjoyable if you binge watch it in one go. Because you get to enjoy the full experience. Like, that is the way I've enjoyed Kinema Citrus and their animes. But hey, that's just my personal take, guys. The Devil is a part-timer. So they actually switched anime studios from Studio White Fox to Studio 3 Hertz. Studio 3 Hertz is not bad. They've been around for a little bit now. So their animation has been okay. Not too bad, not too good. But I haven't... Probably need a... Excuse me. Who currently have best animation? So, okay, Marco, let me answer that right now. Oh, excuse myself. Right now. In terms of best animation, everybody will always tell you either Mappa, dang it, Ufotable, or Madhouse? Huh, interesting. Mappa, Madhouse, and Ufotable. Ufotable was... I remember when Ufotable was like the #1 best animation studio back then. But after Chainsaw Man and everything, now everybody says it's Mappa. So it has been changing like left and right, honestly, about what's the best anime studio. I personally, my personal favorite in terms of animation studio is Studio White Fox, and it's not because of their animation. It's just because they can actually adapt the source, like they can actually adapt from the source material without cutting stuff or changing stuff around too much. So I like them a lot. Mihawk, maybe Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger is known for hello there, Mihawk. So Studio Trigger is actually known for what I forgot what's it called. Their one shots, like their one take scenes and whatnot. Sakuga, there it goes. That's what it is. So Studio Trigger is known for the Sakuga type of animation and whatnot, such as like you've seen it in Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, or Gurren Lagann. What else? Kiss Naiver, for example. Those animes are from Studio Trigger. And I know that people mentioned Darling in the Franxx for for Studio Trigger, but that was actually a co-project between Studio Trigger and A1 Pictures. So it's honestly interesting to say. I wouldn't necessarily say Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger has this thing called the third act fold, which is honestly the problem I have with Studio Trigger. Hello there, Raven-sama. Hope everything's going well. But for those who don't know about Studio Trigger, the reason why it suffers a bit is because everything about Studio Trigger usually falls flat on the third act. Because here's an example. For those who don't know, the third act of a story is pretty much the turning point of like the overarching story, like where comes into its final arc and whatnot. The problem with Studio Trigger is that their third acts are usually random plot twists or dramatic plot twists that just kind of happen. But like, it's not that it's bad. It's just that it's very common of them to do that. So it kind of puts Studio Trigger downhill, and everybody knows this. They just don't want to mention it. But I don't hate Studio Trigger though. I still like Studio Trigger a lot. Kill la Kill is amazing, by the way. Especially the opening by Gardenelia. Love that. Love that opening. B-Joy, speaking of Citrus, have you watched Citrus the anime? Citrus's anime is atrocious. I am not a fan of the... Like, look, I love Yuri anime. I still think Madoka Magica is a Yuri anime. Fight me on that, guys. But, in my personal take, Citrus, the anime, that Yuri anime, it falls flat. It's more of Yuri bait than actual Yuri. But that's just my personal take, though. Personally, my favorite animation studio is Kyoto Animation. Kyoto Animation is amazing. I feel bad because they lost a lot of great people due to that fire. And I hope justice comes, though. Which it obviously will. But they're building some memorials for those people and everything that has happened. So, Kyoto Animation will pick itself back up for certain. Violet Evergarden, great animation, by the way. Also, Beyond the Boundary, Kyokai no Kanata. Very amazing animation style. And that anime came out in 2013. Can you believe that? And it's by and it's by Kyoto Animation. It was one of my favorite anime for a long time. I still miss the hand-drawn animes. A lot of animes are still hand-drawn. It's just that they incorporate CG into their stuff now. But I was not a... Oh! Wait, Citrus! Oh, B-Joy. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, wrong Citrus. There's two Citruses. Which Citrus are you talking about? The high school drama Citrus or like the Yuri anime Citrus? Because there's like 3 Citrus animes we're talking about here. I'm kind of confused. But if you tell me which one, then I'll tell you my personal opinion on that. I miss the hand-drawn animes where everything on the screen felt alive and not just digital. So, when it comes to 2D anime, they're still in it, but they only use 2D for the foreground. So characters and interactions of, you know, the characters and whatnot, that is still 2D. Anything background, such as the background art and whatnot, usually incorporates some sort of CG. Oh, hello there, John Knight. How's it going? I mean, what we got now isn't that, but it feels like we sacrifice quality for quantity. It kind of has gotten there at this point. Oh, Kairi, welcome home. I personally like the Citrus. I first like Citrus manga, the Yuri one. Ha. Yeah, that. It's not even a Yuri anime, man. It's Yuri bait. Man, we used to roast Netsuzo Trap and Citrus because it uses so much Yuri bait. The Black Clover movie is now streaming on Netflix. I heard. Yep, I heard about it. One of our members on Discord told me about it. So, here's the thing. When it comes to Black Clover's movie, I heard that it's actually really good. The question is that like I need to hear more about it before I can actually go check it out, because I don't want to watch it and then just be disappointed. And at the same time, it's not canon too, so I probably would check it out. But we kind of had to wait and see. So what's the update on Kyoto Animation? So Shinji Aoba, the guy who burned out Kyoto Animation, pretty much he's going to be found guilty either way. So I mean, that's really all I can say. Trust me, the anime has nothing to do with the manga for Citrus. I'm glad I never found this series in anime format. We're talking about the same one. Okay, good. We're talking about the same one. Cheers, everybody. You guys don't understand, man. When it comes to anime stuff, I know a lot. Way too much for my own good. So, Citrus is actually about a pretty interesting story, quote unquote. It uses Yuri elements, but in a way, it's not a Yuri anime. I think, okay, a lot of people don't understand what Citrus really is. Citrus is actually a coming-of-age story that uses Yuri elements. It's not necessarily a Yuri anime in itself. It borrows Yuri elements and whatnot, such as girls' love and whatnot, but it doesn't necessarily focus on the Yuri itself, if you get what I'm saying. Also, did you see the new PV and key visual for Dark Gathering? I actually have that tab pulled up. Like, yeah, I'm very hyped for Dark Gathering. I hope that it's a great horror anime because it's going to gain traction, I promise you that. It was my first, not my favorite. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that makes more sense. Just so we're clear. Alright, Beedro, I got you. But Dark Gathering, though, Dark Gathering is such a great concept so far for a horror anime. It's supposed to be on here, is it not? Or is it coming for the fall? I believe it's on here somewhere. Hold up. Dark Gathering, are you here or no? I have a lot of hype for Dark Gathering right here. It's by Studio OLM too, so you're going to get at least something decent in terms of quality animation. Like everything I've seen so far for Dark Gathering seems amazing. Because horror anime has been dead for so long now, because I feel like Mononoke, Higurashi, and anything Junji Ito related or involved has been carrying the horror anime genre. So to see Dark Gathering, like I have high hopes for the horror genre. I know that people talk about Miyaruko-san or Miyaruko-chan, but that's more of a comedy horror, not actual just horror, you know, like horror anime as a general basis. So this here has me pretty much hyped, and all of them, like they've been around, they're still relatively new in a way. So, but I trust them though. I'm a manga reader, so I hope people will like it. Man, I'm gonna love Dark Gathering either way, because I think every genre at this point is kind of saturated in terms of the anime industry. So romance animes is saturated, shonen and action animes is saturated, fantasy anime saturated. Like a lot of stuff at this point is oversaturated. So like we're kind of lucky, you know, for things. John, thank God it's Friday. To me, Miruko-chan is a slice of life with creepy stuff. I want some true horror. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should do that next time. Actually, let's talk about that right about now, though, after I break down this whole entire list. But I would like to talk about horror animes and what do people consider as a good horror anime, and then we can search it up on my anime list, and I'll give you my personal thoughts and history behind some horror animes. Because I do know some things about horror anime, because when it comes to anime knowledge, I know a lot. So I could probably give you guys a bit of history 101, or maybe we can learn some things. Well, I can learn from you, you can learn from me. But we'll talk about horror anime later today. But yeah, what else are we gonna watch on this current anime season? I think that'll be it for now, I guess. Yeah, so Dark Gathering for certain. And then everything else I'm either gonna binge watch. Like all the isekais that's coming out next season, I'm gonna binge watch those once there's like a lot of episodes. So that way I can just get them all in one go. Any animes that has got the backroom vibes in it? I really don't know. Because like the backrooms is like it's kind of like its own thing, honestly. But excuse myself. What's your favorite horror anime? Okay, one Pupa is a bad horror anime, Marco. Just let me say that right now. Pupa is an abysmal series, but I can explain about Pupa though in a little bit. But in terms of anime that has the backroom vibes in it, I can't really necessarily say there is one. So I can't give you a input on that, B-Joy. John Knight, what's your favorite horror anime? My favorite horror anime is probably still what you call it, Higurashi. Higurashi is probably still my favorite. Wait, actually, it's tied. It's tied. Mononoke. This anime here, Mononoke and Higurashi are tied in terms of horror anime. Pupa is his own genre. It's horror because it's horrible. I need to explain about Pupa for a second. I will explain later, but this one and Higurashi are tied as my favorite. Mononoke is a horror anime, but what makes it so unique is that it tells horror anime in a folklore style. It is an amazing anime because even though it's not necessarily scary, quote unquote, it's very unique. There's not any other anime like it. Maybe you can compare it. It gives off like a strange vibe. I don't know. I love this anime though. But let us get into Pupa though. Pupa is a Pupa's an interesting case. Like it is pretty bad, man. So like I mean, I'm just reading the summary here. I can already tell you it's bad. I mean, it's pretty obvious it's bad. I don't know much about this, honestly. The only thing I know was that it was adapted by Studio Dean. And the manga was actually... I think the manga was very short. And it got canceled, I think. I could be wrong on that. But Pupa was actually pretty bad. It came out 2014. I remember exactly when it came out, too. Because I watched it as it was airing. And I remember the forums was laughing at this anime because of how bad it was. It's just essentially a guy who's just trying to save his little sister, but at the end she becomes a legit freaking monster and eats him. Really bad anime though. Any anime clip that made you feet cold? Nope. There's rarely any anime scenes that makes me feel some type of horror. Because I feel like horror anime, it gets burnt out quite easily. Unless you can keep the atmosphere going, like Higurashi. Because Higurashi's atmosphere always gets me going somewhere, so... But then again, though, it's kind of hard, honestly. Hellgirl... The thing about Hellgirl, though, or Jikoku Shoujo, this is not... I don't necessarily call this a horror anime, though. I know that... don't hate me for saying that. Like... I remember when it came out, I was still like a little kid, a little toddler, and they had the horrible fan subs. And I still remember, like, even as a little kid, watching horrible fan subs and can barely read some words. Like, this series here was not, like, I still don't see this as a horror anime. It can't... The best way to put it, guys, is that this series gives me the same vibes as, Elfen Lied. That's what it is. It gives me the same vibes as that. So it's more of like a it's not psychological, but in a way it gives me that vibe though. Personally, I usually find hard to like horror in anime, and I know that's just me. With manga, I can say I like the horror more. Hellgirl is more, I think, of a thriller. I honestly got the vibes of a thriller psychological for Hellgirl more than actual horror. And I get what you're coming from, Mihawk. People also recommend Shiki. Shiki to me is not... Like... this is going to be like a hot take here when it comes to this anime, Shiki. Shiki to me is not necessarily like a true horror anime. It focuses, like, it has horror aspects and horror elements and stuff. But at the same time, though, it loses its horror very quickly. Deadman Wonderland is... Oh my god. Deadman Wonderland to me is not a horror anime at all. It's more like a It's like Squid Games almost for Dead Man Wonderland. I thought the ending was sad because at the end, I forget what's her name, the girl with white hair, she stays behind, which is honestly kind of sad. And then Gonza just leaves and whatnot. I was like, God damn you, Gonza, how dare you? But yeah, Dead Man Wonderland is actually a very decent series though. For a 12-episode series, it's pretty good. I think there was one OVA as well. I could be wrong. But Dead Man Wonderland is not a horror anime. Not to me, at least. It's more of a survival, like, a survival anime, I guess. But, like, horror anime is so hard to get right, or to convey. Because let's be honest, there's different types of horror anime, but not a lot of the horror animes don't hit their mark of what they're trying to convey. Like, except for, like, a few of them. For example, Higurashi pretty much brings in the atmosphere, which does it right. Mononoke presents the folklore horror, it does it right. Every other like horror anime, they have horror aspects, but they don't execute it well. Like, you can argue that like gore, for example, is horror, but to me, gore in anime is just gore. I know that's a really bad take, but it's just the way I see it, okay, guys? I'm a manga reader for Dead Man Wonderland, and I can assure you it's good, but not horror. Yep. I said the same thing too, guys. If you lose in battle, you lose one organ. It has some horror material in it. That's what I was getting at, Marco. So, here's the thing. Some animes borrow horror elements, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a horror anime overall. OG comment got deleted. I don't delete comments though, unless like it's bad. So unless you deleted it yourself, I don't really remove comments. I was trying to search Puparia. Pupa on YouTube. Puparia? Is it Puparia or just Pupa? Huh. It's an O and A. Is it independent short animation by Shingo Tamagawa? Shingo Tamagawa? I'm not familiar with this person. There's only a 3... So, that's interesting. So this is essentially a 3-minute video. Is it a horror, though? Does it say? I don't know exactly what is a good horror nowadays, because a lot of them are muddled. It's not hot, but it's kind of off-putting. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. So it's essentially, it gives unsettling vibes. That's essentially what you're trying to say, B-Joy. The vibes it gives off is very unsettling. Okay, I got you. But it's kind of off-putting horror. So it's unsettling. I don't know if I'll consider well, actually, I take that back. Unsettling could be used in horror, depending on how well it's done. But anybody got, like, anybody's horror anime recommendations that they want to recommend? Look, I know that people are going to mention this one. I'm going to mention this one to get it out of the way. Another. I know that people are going to mention this as a horror anime. It is essentially a horror anime, but not really, in a way. That's why I'm having so many typos. Oh, you're fine, B-Joy. Akira. I mean, Akira's not really a horror, though. I know that there are some scenes in Akira that is like very gruesome, like such as like no spoilers, but it has some really gory, gruesome scenes. But then again, though, this literally came out at a time where like peak gore was a thing, like gore was common. This is actually a sci-fi movie rather than an actual horror, so I wouldn't necessarily put it as that. Final Destination, the anime, is a real thing? Are you kidding me? Hold up. You're kidding me, right? This can't be real. No, I don't believe it. If it is, I'll search it up myself. It's just gory, that's it. That's all I'm trying to say. I have Akira 25th edition on Blu-ray. Hey, that's what's up. The 25th anniversary Blu-ray is actually very legit, yo. Like, they fixed that stuff up real good. I think another decent horror anime movie from this time period was it was Blue something. I don't remember. Damn it. It's like a psychological sort of. It's not a whole. It's more of a psychological thriller than an actual. Dang, I forgot what was the series. I forgot what the movie was called. It's about an idol who retires into acting and whatnot, and then like. No, I was saying another, the anime. It's basically Foundation, the anime. Oh, okay, I see what you're going at there, Mihawk. I recommend, when it comes to another, I recommend people read the book. The book is actually very unsettling. It's just that the anime sucks. I mean, the anime is different. The anime is completely different, I'll tell you what. I'm not trying to be mean, guys, for those who like another. Blue Period, that's what it is called. I remember now. Not Blue Period, but dang, it was Blue something. God dang it, not Blue Period. Denji hitting a argument where true horror ain't a crime. Perfect Blue, that's what it is. Bingo. Okay. Perfect Blue is almost a horror. In a way, people do consider this a horror. This is an amazing movie. This movie was so ahead of its time. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Marco. Oh, Marco, thank you for mentioning Perfect Blue. It was something blue. That's all I remember, but Perfect Blue, that's what it is. This is an amazing movie. I rate this a 9 out of 10. It's legit, like, ahead of its time for a movie. I'm surprised, too. It covers some really good themes as well. And the ending makes sense. But it is an amazing movie, though. Damn. Bijo, you're funny. But I really recommend this series, though. Perfect Blue. That's what it is. Gosh, I love you guys. You guys are helping me out here. Because I'm forgetting some of these shows and these movies. Oh, I need to stop snacking. I don't want to eat too much now. Man, it's been a while since I last watched this movie. I need to rewatch this. This movie's essentially like the cautionary tale of being a celebrity or an influencer in a way. I don't think I can read books for another. I recently read Arc 6 of ReZero web novel, and let's just say I imagine it's too much when I read. Oh man, I love reading web novels. I'm a big fan of web novels, guys. I can read web novels, light novels, and everything. Is the stream cutting off, or is it just me? I think it's just you. No offense, B-Joy. Everything here is working on my end. But maybe, who knows? Maybe it is on my side, maybe not. It's just me. The Wi-Fi is acting up. I mean, my Wi-Fi is actually pretty decent as of now. I do have to get going a little bit because it is approaching time for me to go actually pay off some bills with my father. So, We can do a little bit more discussing about whatever, and then I gotta get going, guys. And yes, like I do eat with chopsticks. Something like Oshinoko. That's essentially perfect blue. The only difference is that oh, that is a great comparison. Oh my gosh, I should have thought of that way back when. Thank you, Marco. Oshinoko is legit the modern version of perfect blue. Man, that is just crazy. Now that I think about it. If you put your mind into it, that is legit perfect blue. Oshinoko is the modern version of perfect blue, in a sense. Talking about celebrities and influencers, what are your thoughts on Oshinoko, the latest episode? I like Oshinoko a lot, but I have one big issue with Oshinoko, and it's not because of the writing, it's just the fact that they're all minors. Like, everybody in Oshinoko is a minor, but they treat the industry like they're adults. I mean, come on, that makes no sense to me. The thing you need to understand is that if you're not an adult, you can only work a certain limited number of hours into the acting business and whatnot. So, because the reason why is because you don't want underage people to be working adult work lifestyle. So, it's kind of confusing. I understand that being in the entertainment industry is difficult because I can relate to that. But at the same time, though, you have to understand they're minors. If they were adults, I think the stories and everything will make so much more sense and everything will line up much more. But the fact that they're minors, it kind of it just makes it so hard to believe at times. Because I legit seen like stage plays where there are kids that are like 14 in it, and they can't even stay past 3 p.m. because they had to leave before 3 p.m. because if not, then they're gonna be considered illegal child labor or something like that. Like, there's child laws when it comes to stuff like this. So you can't just be working day in, day out. And I understand that this is Japan we're talking here, but even then, like, this, like, it just kind of confuses me. I have opposite views. That's fair enough. I still do like Oshinoko, though. I think Oshinoko is an amazing show that helps give everybody a dip in the water about the entertainment industry. It is always rigged. That's pure facts. I imagine there's time skips happening. I pray there's time skips. Because if Aqua was 18, like, I think the show would be much more believable to me. Because then Aqua will be considered an adult. And he will be able to work more hours into... Well, I'm talking like as if Aqua was a real person. That's crazy. But if Aqua was 18, he'll be working way more hours into his acting career. And he will also be starving. And dieting. And training. You have to understand. This whole industry, the whole package matters. How you look, your body shape, if you're fit or not, and if you're capable. Because, like, I feel like they're using the excuse that, like, Aqua, like, he's into acting, obviously, and he's really good looking. So they're using that as like as a preference to his base character. But the thing is that, like, if you're truly going to any sort of acting whatsoever, you're going to have to be in shape. Like, I want to see Aqua without his shirt on. I want to see a six-pack. Because, I mean, look at me, guys. I would never show up to practice out of shape. That would just never happen. And yes, sometimes you got to starve to make weight. Do I starve? Once in a long time, I probably will have to starve to make weight because, like, a lot of stage actors, a lot of people in this industry is starving, or they're dieting and training, all for that one small chance to succeed. So, in reality, it's such a fantasized version. Oh my gosh. That is just the crazy part. It is so fantasized. Like, this is gonna give people the right and wrong idea at the same time. They're gonna think that you need to look handsome to make it in the industry. You don't. You just need to become the overall package. Because if somebody's only relying on their looks, but they can't act, or if their body is out of shape, they're not gonna get a role, or a job, or an offer, or you get scouted. And in this case, Aqua's he's mostly relying on his looks and a bit of acting, I guess, which honestly raises eyebrows for me because, like, for me, honestly, like, any guy, everybody wears makeup on stage. That's pure facts. Whether you're a guy or girl, you're going to have to wear makeup, so that way you look more presentable. So I don't know if looks really matters at the end of the day, because you see me on stage, I look like a completely different person. Like, if you tell the people behind the scenes to do your hair and whatnot, hey, I don't know, guys. Maybe there needs to be a time skip. If there's a time skip, though, I'll be so happy, because then it will make much more sense to me. But remember, Aqua is currently 16 as of now in the anime, so he's still a minor. Bro, he has 2 more years left. B-Joy, water weight loss is crazy. Dude, I'm as dry as a needle, and I drink water like every single day. Come on now. Excuse myself. Like, and I still be losing water. I drink as much water. I drink more water than most people, and I still be losing stuff. 2 more days until Father's Day. Yep. Almost there, John Knight. 2 more days. Mihawk. I mean, that's anime. If they think it apply 100% to reality, that's their problem. This is, but Mihawk, that's what I'm trying to address. It's going to give people the right, but also the wrong impressions. Because not every actor you see is handsome. But there is one thing that is true, though. A lot of the best actors are charismatic. Not in a way of how they look, but how they present themselves. They have this allure to them. Okay, Skip. Oh, Skip beat same vibe, but great comedy. Kinda, yeah. Kinda like that, Marco. But, do you have a father, Sensei? Yes, I do. And today, I gotta go help my father actually go pay off bills. I gotta get going a little bit, guys. So we can have about maybe 3 to 5 more minutes, and then I really gotta get going. If people get their information from anime without fact checking, it seems like a you problem to me. Bro, I promise you guys, a lot of people are more... I gotta be honest. When it comes to the internet and stuff like this, people are way too oblivious at times. Because Oshinoko does have some realism to it, but at the same time, you have to understand, this is an anime. It's not, like, 100% real. Man, you guys don't understand. Some people are way more gullible than you think. Marco's like, huh? John Knight, happy early Father's Day to you and your father, and to all of the anime fathers. Saying, respect goes to all the dads out there. I gotta go help my dad later anyways to go pay off some bills, so... my treat. And less money for me, guys, but at least I can help my dad out. My father. He could really use some help. If we're going, tell us your favorite ship. Abby came in last second. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, hold up, guys. Abby is here. Let me do... I'll text my dad. Well, I'm not going to text my dad, but... give me a second, guys. Hold up. Borrow some time here for you guys. Oh no, give me a second. I'm using my phone right now. All right. Kana or Akane? I actually prefer, hello there, Abby. I hope everything's going well, but man, we've been missing out on a lot, guys. Who do I prefer, Akane or Kana? I actually like Akane more, actually. But I think Kana is a more realistic person, in a way. Well, actually, they're both realistic. It's funny because I've actually met people exactly like both of them before. And oh my god, they're a pain. They're a pain to work with in terms of stage acting. Akane gives off like the vibes of like nobody wants to be around her because she's too good for everybody. I've seen people like that, and I've seen people who are very bussy with their mouth, like Kana. Any reverse harem suggestions? I don't necessarily in terms of reverse harems, I don't necessarily watch those much anymore. I mean, I still do like them, but man, it's been a while since I watched any of them actually. I can't recommend any, Abby. Sorry, I'm slacking as of now. Sorry guys, I know I'm snacking, okay guys, but this is my first meal. I prefer Aqua in Therapy. Aqua is not a realistic character to me though, if I'm being completely honest. Kyokaramao. I need to find one like Yona of the Dawn. Yona of the Dawn, man, I remember that. Some people want a remake for that anime, but that would never happen. I remember some people complaining about like wanting a remake for Yona of the Dawn, but I don't really see that happening. But if I'm being completely honest, guys, when it comes to Oshinoko, Aqua is not a realistic character. I feel like a lot of like every other character seems realistic to me but Aqua. And man, that's a really bad hot take. Because like, oh god, it's kind of hard to explain. Where do I begin if I was to break down Aqua as a character? Where, like, let's start off with the strengths that I find that is realistic about Aqua. One is the it factor. Some people will have it, no matter what. The it factor, and what that is essentially this allure, that factor that brings people in. Those do happen, but those people are rare. And the biggest thing of all is that that factor does not last forever. At some point, it wears people out. So, like, the question becomes, how long will Aqua have it? That part is realistic. The second part is... oh, there's a little fly buzzing in my food. The second thing that I find realistic about Aqua is that him working in the industry itself, yes, it's brutal. Like, no matter what, it's brutal. Like, there's no easy way of going at it. There is bias, and it is unfair. You have to accept that coming in. Sometimes it hurts, and sometimes you just kind of go, oh well. You shrug your shoulders. But like, there's also a lot of flaws too. There's more flaws than there is perfections when it comes to Aqua's character as a whole. In reality, a lot of people are emotional. A lot of people in this industry are emotionally unstable. I've seen it time and time again. I've seen people cry behind the stage all the time because either the show didn't go well, nobody showed up, which was very common, by the way. By the way, guys, when it comes to stuff like this, people who don't show up to watch your stuff is normal. And second thing, criticism. Everybody has something to say. You need really thick skin to get into this. Like, I don't know, like there's a lot of fragile people in this anime, which just doesn't make sense to me because I feel like everybody knows coming in that people are gonna talk smack about you, both good and bad. So like Akane's situation, where like people are canceling her on Twitter and whatnot, is understandable because I think that's realistic. But the way But the way Aqua just kind of like there as a character, it just, I don't know. I think it's because we're seeing everything through Aqua's eyes in this anime, which is where I find it kind of like, oh man. You gotta remember, it's his third show. And it's a hit. Yeah, but he's still... But he's... This problem, oh my gosh. Have you seen the Japanese industry, the Japanese showbiz industry? How many people came and went? I mean, look at how many people are not necessarily acting as young star roles now. Look at Iwata Takanori, for example. He was an amazing dancer, an amazing idol. He got into acting. He got into movies and TV shows, and then now he's kind of like cut back from that now, and now he's just focusing on his music career. Like everybody's replaceable. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like people need to name celebrities to relate to. Like, you think Aqua's a realistic character? Because I can't think of any Japanese celebrity as of now that is like Aqua, that just came out of nowhere and is still going. Like I'm trying to think, but like, I just can't think of any. Maybe Kenta Amamiya or something? I don't know. But I would like to hear it though, guys. If you know a Japanese celebrity that's like Aqua and is still going strong and hasn't been replaced by younger actors, I would be surprised, because I cannot think of any. Like, yeah, I can't think of any. Sorry, guys. Because man, I feel like Aqua's it factor as of now is that he's still fresh. He's still new. But it's not going to last forever. Because as you get older, your roles change too. But not Aqua though, he's the main character. Yeah, that's probably why they decided to keep him as is. But like, I haven't seen anybody... Imagine if I never opened that door. I swear, if I never opened that door, none of this in this show would ever happen. Like, most of it would never happen this way. See, I find it kind of, I find it fairly difficult because, like who did the check door for open the door? Hey, that's understandable. But then again, though, I is kind of a dunce if I'm being completely honest. B-Joy, me. But I would like to know though, if you know any Japanese celebrity that's like Aqua, because I can't think of any. A lot of them do get replaced over time. I say when it comes to this acting industry, if you're relatively young, you have about like a 10-year span before you get replaced. Because people come and go constantly, I'll tell you what. Bro, be careful. Sorry guys, I'm really hungry, I'm eating. You wonder what I'm eating? I'm eating chips, by the way, using chopsticks. Alright guys, I gotta get going. It's getting kind of late. Sorry guys, I know this is kind of sudden, but I really gotta get going for real. Sorry, thanks for stopping by guys. I gotta go. I gotta go because I'm helping my dad pay off bills right now. So, without further ado, I don't know exactly when I'll stream again, but as stated, guys, I'm going to be busy for like the next couple of days, up to next week. So, this is kind of unexpected and kind of random, but I really got to get going. But I really want to thank you guys for supporting me and sticking around. And if I push on, you guys do too, right? And it has been a busy time as of now for me, so I gotta get going. And without further ado, guys, happy Father's Day to everybody. And yeah, until next time, capiche?